Yo, this is your boy Big Phil, and in this video I want to talk about the Adventures with Big Phil West Store. I know a whole lot of you have been waiting for this video since we released pictures and snippets of videos we had during the West Store, and so I would like to open this video by talking about the overall goals which we had for the Adventures with Big Phil West Store. Our goal for this trip was to create an opportunity for people to discover what the West region of Cameroon looks like. On the map, the West region of Cameroon looks like a very tiny piece of the puzzle, and many people get to think that because it is small on the map, it has nothing to offer in terms of touristic sites and beauty. And so the first reason we were taking people to the West was to make them discover that, hey, just like any other region in Cameroon, the West region is a vast land full of many beautiful places. The second reason we did the West Store was to create an opportunity for people to distress, to relax, to have fun, and to meet new people. And this is a very important part of what we do as Adventures with Big Phil. Our trips are incomplete if people don't have fun, if people don't feel relaxed, if people don't feel refreshed. And so one of the reasons we did that trip was so that people would get this. And the last reason we did the West Store was so that people would have a weekend off work. Yeah, that was the last reason why we did the trip. We just wanted people to have a reason to say, okay, I'm traveling to discover Bafoussam, I'm going to have fun in the process, and I'm not going to work this weekend. The first day experience of the trip set a good vibration that the other days rode on. In as much as we got to Bafoussam very tired, we closed day one at 2 a.m. in the night after having supper, or whatever it was called, but we had supper and playing and having a series of games. Now, this was a very good way to begin the trip because we saw people playing cards, and not just playing random cards, but doing it the childhood way, die slapping, the one that when you die, you put your hand and you get slapped, So people were playing that, and it went down for like 2 hours, And day one too was really beautiful because we had good lunch and good supper in terms of food. For lunch we had parks that we made in Boya, and for supper we had food that was made by our caterers, And so food for day one was really amazing. Now day one had a little thumbs down because we had some serious challenges in terms of transportation. The first car that we leased had a breakdown, and because of that breakdown we had to lose 4 hours, and 4 hours is a lot of time, and so that 4 hours costed us really drastically, and the loss of the 4 hours costed us one touristic site. We're not able to do the Ekomkam waterfall because of the breakdown in the car and the loss of time trying to get a new car. Now, when we retired for day one, we slept and we woke up I think around 8 a.m. We had breakfast and we took off for the second touristic site of the day, which was Le Domaine De Petpenoun. And Le Domaine De Petpenoun is a touristic resort that is located in Foumban in the West region of Cameroon. And from where we were lodging in Bafoussam to Foumban, where the Domaine De Petpenoun is, it was a 2 hours drive. Now, I would like to remark that Le Domaine De Petpenoun is a really beautiful place, and they gave us opportunity to play volleyball, to swim, to take beautiful pictures, and to tour the resort. They also offered us food, really good food for those who were interested. But as Adventures with Big Phil, we had our lunch for the participants who were with us. And so the experience at Le Domaine De Petpenoun was killer because one, we saw people playing volleyball under the rain. The rain could not stop people from having fun, and it was a very special moment for me because getting to see people who have left work on a Saturday playing in the rain like kids, literally, I mean, let me not say people playing in the rain. I played in the rain myself. Like, I played in the rain myself. It was a beautiful experience because, you know, you don't get to do that all the time. And while we were traveling back at the end of the trip and reminiscing the whole experience in that resort, it was very beautiful. And so if you want to have an experience in Le Domaine De Petpenoun, you can contact us and we are going to facilitate the process for you. Now, day 2 finished on a very, very high note with what we call Bafoussam by night. And Bafoussam by night was us going to the hottest spot in Bafoussam and spending the night there. It ended in a very good footing because by the time we were leaving there, some people were like, where are these guys coming from? Because of the energy, the amount of fun we had in the place, and the newness that we brought to the environment. You know, the West is predominantly a French-speaking part of Cameroon, and so when people saw how we vibrated with a lot of energy, they knew that we could be coming from just one place. And you know, so we ended day 2 at 3 a.m. really, really tired. Everybody was tired, and it was a tiring experience because we had to be up for the last day at 7 a.m. and we woke up at 7 a.m. Some people literally didn't sleep. I being one of them. I sat on a chair till morning, and we got on the car and we drove over to Foumban. And at Foumban, we had the Foumban Palace and the Foumban Museum and the Foumban Craft Market to visit. Those were the 3 key places that were on the calendar for us to visit in Foumban. Now, Foumban was a 2 hours 30 minutes to 3 hours drive from where we lodged in Bafoussam. And so Foumban took roughly 6 hours to and back, you know. And in Foumban, it was a very beautiful experience because we saw our participants being immersed in the history of the Bamoun people, right up from when the Bamoun kingdom was founded by Sultan Ibrahim Bombonjoya till where it is currently ruled by I've missed his name, but I'm going to put it on this video, you know. So we had to see how the Bamoun people have also preserved their culture, have preserved their identity, and have done their best to create something, you know, which people can come and pay money to get experience of. We had a really, really great time, I can say, at the Foumban Museum. And I can also say that if you want to have the experience, if you want, we can facilitate the whole process for you. You just need to contact us. Our links will be in the description of this video. So I would like to wrap up this video by saying that we left Foumban about 3 hours later, touring the Foumban Museum, touring the Foumban Palace, and, you know, getting souvenirs from the craft market. We all had amazing time there, took beautiful pictures, you know. And another thing about this particular day in Foumban was that we were very privileged to meet with the Sultan. The Sultan was on seat that day, you know, and for I and a couple of other people who were there, was a beautiful experience seeing what they always do on TV, you know, the very long trumpets, and you know how people get to bow down to greet the king and get to talk to him, and you know how women have to close their face to come close to him, and all of that. It was a very beautiful experience seeing how people get to honor and treat their ruler with a lot of majesty and respect, you know. And seeing him, you know, just knowing that this is the Sultan of the Bamoun people was also a very special experience. Now we left there and we began driving back to Boya, and the plan was to try to catch up with the waterfall that we missed on Friday, which was the first day of the trip. Unfortunately, we couldn't catch up with time, and at the end we didn't do the waterfall. But at Melong, we really had a high time as Adventures with Big Phil participants because we ate, we drank, and it was another networking session. So by the time we got into the car, everybody was tired. Everybody was tired. Everybody was sleeping, and you know, people were really tired. So we ended up getting to Boya around 11 p.m. in the night, and we are glad to say that we had no casualty on this trip. We had no injuries, we had no disaster. The only thumbs down we give ourselves is the fact that we had travel complications on Friday that costed us not visiting the waterfall, but overall our participants were happy. We discovered that the West is vast, is beautiful, and as Adventures with Big Phil, we are really looking forward to taking participants again to the West. And so I don't want this video to be too long, but I know that you have an idea of what our West tour experience with Adventures with Big Phil was. So subscribe to this channel, you know, like this video and share it with somebody. Bye bye.